All right, students, again, one more time. This is question 39. I need to also tell you if you hear some noise in the background, it's because I'm using a laptop whose fan is not working properly. So that's the sound of the fan rattling inside the computer, something that I can't do anything about. But never mind, let's proceed with the lesson. Okay, we're going to do question 39 now. Diagram below shows the water cycle above a forest, right? In which part of the water cycle, part A, B, C, or D, does condensation take place? All right, so let's go through. This is the water body. So I'm gonna take the opportunity to just tell you, right? This is the water body. Right now, the water body in a water cycle, the water body can be the lake, can be the sea, can be the ocean. Right? In this question, they use a lake lah, right? But we know that it could be anything else. It could be a river. It can also be groundwater, right? So this is actually in liquid form. Yes or no? All right. You must first identify the state. So the lake is in liquid form. All right. And then the water is absorbed into the water is absorbed into the trees, right? Yes or no? The water is absorbed into the trees. So you can say, I'm going to make it red so that you can see. All right, the water, oh, sorry. The water is absorbed into the trees, because water uses the tree uses the tree uses the water for photosynthesis for making food. Okay, so this is the tree absorbing the water. So again, it's in liquid form. Yes or no? It's in liquid form, right? Okay, so once it's in liquid form, the tree absorbs the liquid water into itself, transports it to the leaves. The leaves use some water for photosynthesis, but some water escapes through the stomata, okay, in water vapor form. Now, water vapor is not no longer liquid. Water vapor is gas, right? So you can see that the water vapor is gas. So water vapor is in gas form, right? And it rises up, it goes into the atmosphere in gas form, which is water vapor, all the way high up into the sky. With the colder part of the sky, it loses its heat to the colder part of the sky, and then it become clouds. Now we know that clouds are not gas. We know clouds are actually many very tiny water droplets. Right? This is what clouds are, and actually many very tiny water droplets. So water droplet, it is actually in liquid form. Yes, again, right? It is in liquid form. Again, it's in liquid form. All right. And of course, when the clouds become heavy, it will fall back to earth as liquid raindrops. All right. So again, it's liquid raindrops. So the first thing you need to do when it comes to water cycle is to identify the states. Again, so if I can just be a naggy teacher and explain to you again, right, that the what do you call this, the state in which the water bodies are is liquid. The state in which the water vapor is gas. The state in which the clouds are is in liquid. We know this. And rain is of course liquid, right? Because it's liquid rain. So you can see that part A is when the liquid becomes gas. So part A is evaporation, isn't it? Alright, so part A is evaporation. So I'm going to write it down in red. So this is where evaporation takes place. Okay, evaporation. Please learn the spelling for evaporation. Alright, it's a very important word. One word that you're going to use for many, many times in the rest of your life, right? And then from gas to liquid, we know gas to liquid is condensation. Yes or no? Okay. And then after that, liquid to liquid, nothing lah, right? There's no evaporation or condensation, and liquid to liquid, no condensation. So basically, just evaporation here, before the clouds, right? Before it becomes water vapor, and before the clouds it becomes condensation. So let's go to the question. Which part of the water cycle, A, B, C, or D, does condensation takes place? The answer is simply part B. Right, as you can see, you can actually see why in the diagram, because that's when water vapor loses heat to the colder air, colder surrounding in the upper atmosphere and become liquid again. Okay, so describe how the trees in the forest continue so contribute to the water cycle. Okay, so how does the trees in the forest contribute? All right, so the answer, remember whenever you describe means you have to do step by step, right? So you say the roots of the trees, right? In the case, just say the roots, right? Absorb. Okay, like if you want to be clear, you must say the roots of the trees absorb water from the ground. Okay, from the underground water, it is absorbed by the roots. Okay, and then so this is full stop, right? The water is transported. Remember, when it comes to science, please shorten your sentences so that becomes clear. Don't use the word it because it's very vague. Make sure you write it properly. The water is transported through the leaves, right? Through the leaves for photosynthesis, right? And some of it is evaporated. Okay, it's evaporated uh, to become, right? To become change state to become water vapor. Evaporated to become water vapor, which escapes through the uh, which escapes through the stomata, right? Through the stomata, okay, into the air. Okay, that doesn't look so clear, so I'm just gonna drag this. Okay, so the roots of the trees absorb water from the ground, right? The water is transported to the leaves, and evaporated to become water vapor through the stomata, okay, through the stomata, right, and escapes into the air, okay, stomata and escapes. Sorry, water vapor escapes. Water vapor escapes through the stomata and into the air, right? Okay, so one more time, the water is transported to the leaves and evaporated to become water vapor and escapes, and the water vapor, okay, just put full stop here. Remember, in science your answer needs to be clear. The water vapor escapes through the stomata and into the air. Alright, so I'm gonna just put it like that. Okay, like that, like that. Just make sure you can see it clearly. I'm just gonna drag it like that. Okay, so the roots of the trees absorb water from the ground. The water is transported to the leaves and evaporated uh, to become water vapor. And the water vapor escapes. So sorry, wrong spelling here. Water vapor. So P here. Sorry, sometimes when I type, there's a typo mistake. So we do corrections. Okay. All right. So the water vapor escapes through the stomata and into the air. Okay. So that's the answer for B, right? So description means you have to describe step by step. All right, so that's the answer for this question. If you have any uh, questions, if you don't understand water vapor yet, you can have a look at this. Now, not all water vapor uses trees to evaporate. the water. Okay, not all of them, but some do. Okay, in this particular question, it does. Thank you.